Well, I'm just heading off to the Timo Bank branch. That's it happens to be in Pastor Street, 194, so it's a fair way down. But I'm sort of coattailing this Reekay guy who's got an online site. He used to live in the Philippines, and now I've already told you this, but I'll reiterate, and now he's moved to Vietnam. Going to be staying in Saigon for about 12 months, I think, before he goes to Da Nang, and that was his latest update anyway. But yeah, he's got some good information here, and this Grab ride service, which all works online, and you use your smartphone, it'll actually tell you how much your fare is going to be, and it's you can pick your driver, and it seems pretty good. It's incredibly cheap. And Reekay says sometimes he even gets free trips because there's all these offers on available as well. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Probably shouldn't have walked across there. Oh, it's okay. It's still got the lights. Just don't want to take on the buses. Yeah, he tends to think that buses aren't worth the effort because they're maybe even slightly cheaper, but they take longer. They go, as buses do, they take routes that can sort of go all over the place, so you can stuff around with them. But because I want Grab, I have to get a bank account by the looks of things to be able to get the Grab account. I better go on the other side of the street. I think it's a shady side. It's a very pleasant morning, but I don't want to get too much sun exposure, so I'll pop over the other side. Do it here. There's a car coming, it's noisy. Okay, that's better. Geez, all the school kids are out, of course. School over there, and they're always out here eating or drinking, but not in a place like number 5 bar. The other thing I discovered today is there's a language group through the Meetup organisation, and it's being held, believe it or not, literally round the corner from my hotel tonight at 7. I mean, that's so convenient. I was contemplating doing happy hour, but I could probably do a drying out on a night, I'd say. So, and it would be better, more responsible for me, especially with the cold lingering. It took me about almost 2 hours to get to sleep last night because I was coughing so much. So I just can't seem to shake this cough. But anyway, today I'm heading off to this Timo online banking, and apparently he does a lot of research, and he certainly knows how to save costs. So Reekay, so that's why I'm using his information. It's very, very good. He's an analytical type. I think that's why he's so good at finding out this information, whereas I'd probably wing it a bit more. But yeah, I'm heading down past her right now. It's quite a long street, and it's a fair way to go. I'll give myself half an hour to get there. But this bank, they even give you a free drink when you actually sign up with them. So you get a deposit card, and you need this deposit card so you can actually then deposit funds into your Grab account for the bikes or cars that you want to pick you up. And by doing that, you save a lot of money on the fares. I did one comparison. I think it was about a quarter the cost by using your online wallet. So you can use cash if you like. I could do that now, but the cost seems to be pretty well the same as a taxi. Whereas if you can reduce it by down to a quarter of that, I mean, that's a huge saving. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how the poor driver makes any money, because the driver just you authorise the payment, and Grab actually pay the driver. So if you do it that way, it just goes through. They're the ones who look after the funds. You don't have to pay them a damn thing. Well, you pay them, but you don't pay them direct, is what I'm saying. You're not going to do it for the love of driving. Not that insane. But yeah, so I wouldn't have had a clue about this unless he'd mentioned it, so I'm quite grateful to him. And it'll really be interesting to see how much it costs to get to the airport, because now I've got a local mobile number again. I can do all these things. If you're here for any time, a few weeks, a month or even longer, you're crazy not to get your local SIM card here. They're cheap as. One was 8,000 if I recall. 80,000, sorry, 80,000 dong. It's bugger all. So that's what I'd suggest. So this is, getting used to this blue work sort of area. It's basically the metro, and it's been a work in progress forever. I don't even know when they open. So I think we're supposed to open this year, but obviously that's not happening. And of course I think they've scrapped a few expansion plans with the network back to reality. But yeah, it's quite disruptive. It'll be good when it's finished. You can see Vietnam, Japan, it's a co-production. I think I'll like that orange juice, or whatever type of juice they've got when I get there. It's sort of like American banks giving you stuff to set up an account. They don't do that in Australia. They do, yeah, they don't really need to. They've got a bit of a, it's not a monopoly, but it's a duopoly. There's only about 4 big banks, and it's sort of, they're pretty protected. So, anyway, I'll report back when I get a little closer to my destination. I'll probably make it a little early, but I don't care. It's a nice part of town, District 3. Well, not long to go now. I'm in Tourist Central. That's Notre Dame, I think, over there. The post office and all the other more iconic tourist places. Got the unification towers. I'm not even sure, but yeah, it's fairly significant in some way, I know that. I did all that years ago, so I should have not. I want to just be like a local here. That's how I want to do it. And try not to get run over by errant motorbikes. Easier said than done. But yeah, you can see you see all the tourists in this part of town. It's I mean, there's a few where I am, but nowhere near as many as here. It's sort of the epicentre, this area just here. It's quite a nice park. I think the other one's actually nicer where I used to stay, but it's okay. It's just that they're very lucky the French left this legacy of urban design. It's a very attractive city. I think it'll be a bit different in Da Nang, but viva la difference, why not? The only thing they don't have here is the yellow vests. The yellow vests who were basically taken over Paris. So that's part of the French culture they haven't got, which I'm sure they'll be quite grateful for. We're much more regimented culture here than somewhere like France. But yeah, we're not too surprised if France explodes into civil war at some stages. This has been going on for a long time, and President Macron seems to have absolutely no idea how to placate the masses. He cannot empathise with them. So, yeah, it's a very nice part of town here though. I checked it out on Street View, but I couldn't find the actual place. It's probably only been recently opened. This is a fairly new bank, and obviously pitching to the youth market, so I'm totally wrong demographic for them. But I guess money's money. At least hopefully still in Vietnam. It seems to be in the West now. It depends on your social standing. Chase Bank in America denies people bank accounts with conservative views now. I never thought I'd see the day when banks picked and choose their customers on their political ideology. I mean, that's bizarre. Very 1984ish. I think a place like Vietnam, they're too pragmatic for that crap. It's a breath of fresh air in a way. Yeah, it's not this one. It's a big jelly bee or whatever they're called. There's a big takeaway place, fast food place on the corner opposite where we are, where the banking place is. This is only a little just before 11 o'clock in the morning, and already it's chockers with traffic. Look at this. It's insane. It's not even lunchtime. As I say, there's 100 million Vietnamese, and I reckon I've seen nearly every one of them. From all directions too, I might add. You just got to keep alert. You put your eyes down, and all of a sudden you got a scooter ramming up your rear end or into your chest. So you just got to be really alert. But it's a nice part of town. The shade really is appreciated, and that's why I like walking around Saigon. Not during peak hour, but when it's not so crazy. And this is actually relatively normal off peak time. So here you go. Oh, should be pretty close to the bank now. Hopefully it's the next corner. Then I've got to find the damn thing. Yeah, here we go. Jelly. What's that called? This is, well, Jollibee. Sorry, Jollibee. That's the place I was talking about. Never been inside one of those. They're very prolific in Philippines. But, usually if you're in one Asian country, you'll find there's chains will pop up in nearly every other one. Okay. Yeah, Jollibee. Well, I wouldn't go to a place like that over here because I've got so much good local food. Why would I bother? Anyway, this should be very close to where... Here it is. Okay, 94B. Well, that's not it. Which one's it? Hold on, I better find out where. Just sipping on my complimentary lime juice in the Timo cafe here. Yeah, I'm the oldest guy here, a big surprise. I knew that would be the case. And the numbering system in Pastor Street's crazy. This is D and E 194 Pastor, and I went down to a place that was D 194, and it's at the opposite end of the block. Work that out. But yeah, I suspect to be a new building. I saw it in Reekay's video, but yeah, very much sort of aimed towards the cafe. So I think that's their marketing, makes sense. But they're happy to sign up foreigners, so I'm wrapped. Works for me. So she's just taken my passport. I got here a little early, a few minutes early. It actually wasn't as far as I thought. So yeah, hopefully I'll be all ready to go, and I'll put some dough in the account and maybe get some advice on how to get that linked up with Grab. They probably know all about that. I imagine there'll be a few Grab users here. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.